yoga, for holistic growth, and instill discipline in the yogi, along with enhancing our concentration through focused attention, thereby controlling the function of our body and mind, along with ensuring total control over our emotions, which helps in self-realization by knowing our innate potentials. By regulated breathing, ensures sound metabolic process of our body, or sound circulation in our veins of our body, for our good health and well-being. Thence we have karma yoga, meaning performing our functions or duties with utmost sincerity and honesty, while having no attachment with the result of our action or karmic deeds. Thus following spiritual orientation, along with performing meditation, and ensuring enhancement of our karmic credit account, and realize the purpose of our life, of connectivity with Almighty God, and ensure merger of soul with super soul, for our moksha from births and deaths.
Efficiency in action is karma yoga, is stated in Bhagavad Gita. The word yoga has been originated from the Sanskrit word yuja, meaning to integrate or bind or to align, to unite, to act or to discipline oneself to act in a natural way to seek complete self-realization or self-awareness. It means the unity or integration of an individual's consciousness with that of universal consciousness. The International Day of Yoga is being celebrated annually since 21st of June 2015. The purpose of this day is to inculcate physical, mental and spiritual development. Since its inception, this day has a special significance since many countries celebrate this day by participating in the yogic exercises. We know that yoga is a gift of our country to the international community. It embodies thought, body, mind and action in order to create harmony between man and nature. In yogic practice, we adopt scientific approach in order to have sound mind and sound body. It is relevant to mention that Yoga Sutras is the theory and practice collated and propagated by Maharishi Patanjali. The Yoga Sutras has a collection of 198 sutras in number. These were compiled between 500 BC and 200 BC. These contain in-depth knowledge about yoga being followed from olden times. His contribution has been recognized as the best for the benefit of humanity. It provided harmony between man and the nature. The origin of yoga is mystic in nature. By 5th century BC, yoga was very popular. It also finds its place in Vedic scriptures. But it cannot be disputed that Lord Shiva was the father of ancient yoga, as his posture shows him in yogic mode. The ancient rishis believed that our body, mind and the soul have to join together or integrate with the environment in which a person is living. For this to happen meaningfully, it is essential that an individual's emotions, thinking, actions and intelligence have to be worked cohesively in order to realize the purpose of our life. For integration of the body, mind and soul with environment in which a yogi is living, various well-coordinated exercises with regular breathing, experienced over a period of time for their applicability, besides meditation, are undertaken ultimately for deriving maximum benefits. For deriving optimum benefit from the yogic exercises, discipline in the conduct of various exercises, coordination with the various parts of the body, especially control of mind and mind cohesiveness, is of optimum importance. The yogis who are disciplined in conduct of yogic postures with focused attention will get maximum benefits. Yoga exercises also help a yogi in focused meditation and other daily functions as a disciplined yogi and lead a spiritual-oriented lifestyle to realize the purpose of life, which is to establish connectivity with Almighty God. Important functions of yoga. Sound body. It is understood that our body works as an entire unit, integrating the task of various organs, for carrying out different functions, and if it is hale and hearty and possessing energy and synergy, we can transact more functions with our body. For this to happen, we've to have balanced diet besides proper exercises or yoga exercises to keep it hale and hearty. It is also in sync with the saying, sound mind dwells in sound body. Sound mind. We have to control our mind so that the senses which it possess coordinate all the functions of our body eloquently and works in sync with the requirement of a yogi. Wavering of senses from one object to another just makes our task of focusing more difficult. That is why we have to mind our mind if we want to have complete benefit from yoga exercises. This is easier said than done since we have to take the assistance of all the organs of our body including internal resolve along with making the environment conducive, so as to make the yogic exercise a fruitful exercise. Soul/spirit. The soul is self which lives in the body and does its functions through it. When there is no soul in our body becomes lifeless and becomes a purposeless for any functions. It is just like a rudderless boat floating aimlessly in the vast ocean without destination. Or it is like a bulb without electricity to give energy to give light to us. Hence, we are living, having emotions and perceiving things intelligently, or our mind is functional because we've got a soul which gives our body life. A soulless body is a lifeless body. When body and mind are in fine fettle, then our soul too functions accordingly. It is also well said that our soul or spirit is not apart from the super soul called Paramatma, who is the creator, evolution, preserver and destroyer for reproduction. Breathing exercises. Breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide is one of the most important requirements of our body, and if it is closely regimented and systematically done, then it proves to be divinely provided sustenance to our body, and yoga bestows us opportunity to enhance breathing methodically, which could be proved scientifically. When breathing control is ensured meticulously, then we proceed with the next step, focused meditation or prayer. While doing so, our mind's quietness or stillness state is termed as passive activism. Yogic exercises and its benefits. In Chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, it has been very emphatically mentioned that our responsibility is only to perform our prescribed duty, but we never are entitled to its fruits. It is because our results would be in our favor if there is sincerity in our actions. We should not be motivated by results of our thoughts and actions, but we should not be overly attached to the results of our actions. For performing our duty, we should remain balanced-minded both in success and failure with no heightened emotions at all. Such a calm temperament and our expertness in performing our task is called yoga. Only detached selfless actions and performing that action with best of our capability will make our pursuit purposeful and meaningful in the long run. We can choose the various duties, but it is not in our hands to choose results as we desire. But practically, it has been found that if our pursuit of action is sincere and done with cool temperament, then result cannot be disappointing. In this state of mind, even if the results are not good, we shall not be disappointed. The yogic exercises done persistently makes it possible to regulate our breathing, thus making it possible to improve the entire metabolic system of our body. In that blood circulation, abdominal organs function perfectly, besides keeping all the organs of the body function wonderfully well, because every limb of body is benefited with the regulated exercises. When our body is functionally healthy, then we can perform various tasks cohesively. Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. Karma Yoga is relation to our action that we transact. Before any action is undertaken, it has to be based on some sound thought. The thoughts for action ought to be positive in nature, besides being selfless and detachment from the fruits of that action. Karma Yoga has been amply mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, stresses that we should transact our actions and detach from the fruits of those actions. Meaning, when our actions are based on sound and rational thoughts, then their results will have to be good. Also, by detaching ourselves from the fruits, we're able to concentrate, focus on our actions, besides offering those actions to God rather than frittering our energies by attaching ourselves with result of our action. Various types of yoga. Hatha Yoga, that is the yoga of postures. In this branch of yoga, the yogis use physical pose or asana with proper breathing exercises or pranayama and subsequent meditation in a focused manner for ensuring good health, besides ensuring our spiritual forward march. Bhakti Yoga, also known as Yoga of Devotion. Bhakti word originated from Sanskrit word bhaja meaning to contemplate, pray, love, worship etc. Here yoga meditate persistently thus integrates heart and body functions wherein body, mind and soul just combine for integrating with super soul. Yoga of Bhakti makes us aware of one divine by undivided concentration and thus helps us see one divine in everyone and everything. While Karma Yoga becomes Bhakti Yoga, it is done with God consciousness. Raja Yoga aka Yoga of self-control. Raja means associated with royalty. In other words, it is king of yoga. It is based on teachings of the 8 limbs of yoga which is based on Yoga Sutras. In this, a yogi considers self as essential to all and thus considers animate and inanimate the same, no difference in living and non-living things. If you wish to learn discipline, then Raja Yoga would perfectly suit that need. Yoga of the mind. Jnana Yoga is related with the mind and therefore its focus is on intelligence of a person. Here yogis lay more emphasis on wisdom and intellect and try integrate the two so that it works for the self optimally. Also Jnana yogis are after knowledge, they acquire the knowledge from any source or religions because they work on the principle that knowledge could be gleaned from any sources, religions and philosophies. It is universal in nature. Jnana Yoga proponents are rational in their approach for getting knowledge and thus believe that in order to get connectivity with a single one any path or any religion could be followed. Religion or caste or creed is not limiting factor in acquiring knowledge. Tantra Yoga or Yoga of Rituals. Tantra Yoga deals with head and heart. While pursuing Tantra Yoga one has to have the quality of purity of mind, devotion, humility, love etc. Here some rituals are observed for obtaining benefit for the body, mind and spirit. There are still a lot of misconceptions about yoga, for instance, yoga being a religion. Yoga is not a religion. It is more of a set of techniques for us to find spirituality. In fact, yoga is being practiced by a lot of people from different religions and benefiting from doing this. Another misconception is that yoga is merely an exercise, a way for us to keep fit. It is partly true, but if you think that yoga is just that then you are greatly mistaken. Yoga develops the body since a weak one is a hindrance to spiritual growth. It does not simply focus on the physical but on the mental and spiritual aspects as well. Benefits of yoga. Ban Ki-moon has rightly said, yoga does not discriminate. All people can practice, regardless of their relative strength, age or ability. Regularly performing yogic exercises can provide us immunity to our body and can keep us resistant against germs and viruses since it brings our body in harmony with nature. It gives balance of body, mind and soul. Yoga enhances our memory since we undertake yogic exercises with huge concentration. Yoga instills discipline in the yogi. Yoga is a scientific method which unites soul with the God. We rise above delusion and reunite with our Creator. It enhances our concentration through focus on the omniscient spiritual eye, between the 2 eyebrows, thereby memory. It controls our stress and strain, thus we can function perfectly since we learn how to keep our mind under control besides controlling our emotions which keep us adversely affected. As in yoga, we give more credence to self, we can thereby attain self-realization first and subsequently God realization. Breathing control ensures sound metabolic process of our body, thus we have proper circulation of blood besides all the internal organs like heart, liver, lungs including all abdominal organs of our body function in fine fettle because of this regulated breathing and exercises. Meditation in rigorous and with focused manner ensures that we move forward spiritually with a view to connect with our Creator in a disciplined way. It should always be remembered that systematic meditation makes a true yogi. Yoga helps us in facing challenges of life boldly and with equanimity. Yoga helps us to imbibe the trait of love and acceptance for everything and everybody. Yogic exercises through various postures enhances our self-control, thus self-confidence because of opening the door of intuitive consciousness, 6th sense, which makes it possible to anticipate the coming events. While highlight is on self, It enhances the yogi's self-esteem and self-control besides enhancing self-reliance in everything a yogi ventures.